Long film from director-writer Oz Perkins. This film follows Agent Lee Harker, who's played here by Micah Monroe. She is an FBI agent who's brought in by her superior, Agent Carter, played by Blair Underwood, after a decades-long goose chase to figure out why particular murders have been going on. They've been connected to a serial killer named Longlegs, who in the movie is portrayed by Nicolas Cage. Also, the movie in the supporting role is Lee Harker's mom, Ruth, played by Alicia Witt, as well. The film is an hour and 41 minutes and is rated R. Welcome back to a brand new movie review here on Max Talks. My name is Max Sandberg. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and ring that bell for notifications so you're notified, when my videos drop on the channel. I talk all things movies, TV shows, rankings, box office, out of theater reactions. So subscribe, ring the bell if you like any one of those things. Please also comment down below. First of all, did you see Longlegs? Was that a memorable theater experience? Did you like the movie, hate the movie? If you have not seen it, tell me, have you even heard of this movie and are you going to see it? Let me know in the comment section. I love responding to you guys as of late. Also, please like the video, guys, the thumbs up button. That's how you support the channel. It really helps the YouTube algorithm out. So the more you guys like the videos, the more I'll get recommended to new people to join our community. So please hit that like button as well. So I was really excited for Longlegs. Original horror-esque movies always get me very interested. Nicolas Cage in a kind of, people are going to say, niche-like movie got me very interested. So I was in off the bat. So let's get to my thoughts on Longlegs. And off the bat, I'm going to say this very clearly. This movie will not be for everyone. It is not. If you're not a Nicolas Cage fan, I'm not sure this movie's going to sell you on Nicolas Cage in a different way. He's doing his Nicolas Cage isms throughout the entire film in his very small amount of screen time. There are going to be choices, there are going to be twists and turns, the overall story, and I was feeling it watching it, that it wasn't for everyone. But I'm not here to talk about what the general person would think. I'm talking about my opinion. And after I had to think about this movie for over an hour after I saw it to make sure I have my opinion. And that's why I love this movie. This is not going to be for everyone. This will not be in many people's favorites of the year. And it's not in my top 4 or 3. But this is I just love this movie, really from start to finish. This had me on the edge of my seat from the very opening scene until the credits played in this film. And I have not felt that way all year. I was on the edge of my seat. I do get anxiety, but in a good way. It got me really thinking a lot during the film. I can say that. Before we get into the story and stuff like that, I do want to give the credit to the MVP of the movie. For me, it's Oz Perkins, who is the director, writer. He's done a couple movies in the past. Notably, his last couple movies have been Gretel and Hansel, which came out in 2020. This film is so well made from a directing perspective, from a cinematography perspective, cinematography, direction, score, and production design are all A+ in this film. Because this whole movie is a mood, is an aesthetic, as they say. And this movie does have a really good score, but it's very minimal. There really isn't that much music or score at all during the movie. It's kind of thrown in there at the right moments. We really are silent for the majority of the film as it pertains to music or outside noise, other than character dialogue. And that leads to every little moment. And I trust me, I'm going to dance around some spoilers. I'm not going to say anything even hinting at spoilers. But there is a scene where Agent Harker is, let's just say, looking at a letter. And that scene, for me, was one of the most intense scenes of the whole movie. And that's just her looking at a letter with noises coming around. Because the movie has a different aspect ratio depending on what era we're in, when these killings were going on, and when we're in the present or the past. And Perkins decides, as you can see behind me, center the characters really in the center of the frame, which leads to so much other things. You kind of have nothing behind the characters, and it feels so bleak and dark and hopeless, because that's what the film is really trying to get out. Because I've seen the trailers, it has a satanic flair to it with what's been going on, and the movie's about hope. It's about being hopeless, because the lead character, played by Monroe, is very detached from the audience for the first half of the movie. She's not someone you would regularly want to root for in a movie like this. She's very distant. She's very subdued. She's not a talky, charismatic, over-the-top performance. She's very much into herself, meaning she doesn't speak a lot. She's very reserved, is what I'm trying to say. And that the more the movie unfolds, they answer the questions on why she acts like that. And Monroe is great. Now, Nicolas Cage is going to get a lot of praise or hate, depending on your thoughts on him in this performance, because it's very much Nick Cage. But the movie does have to rest on the shoulders of Monroe because she is the movie. And your love or hate of the movie, I do think will really come through if you care about this character or not. Now, I didn't love this character, but Monroe is really terrific in the film, and you understand why she's like this. And the twists in terms of her character are very interesting, especially her dynamic with her mom, which was very well done in the film. But the more the movie unfolds and the more Monroe starts to realize what's going on, the more interesting, because when Monroe realizes stuff, when Lee Harker knows what stuff is going on, the audience does, and that's very fascinating to be kind of on the same wavelength as the main character for big portions of the film. Now, Nicolas Cage has been hidden from all of the trailers and the marketing. You kind of see spurts, but not like clear visuals. He is terrifying in this movie. He is someone who, from a look perspective, the way they make him look is unsettling. And that's what I think that's one way to describe the character, is unsettling. He does have the Nick Cage moments where he's very over the top. He'll sing, stuff like that. But I think it didn't pull me out of the movie because, first of all, I am a big Nick Cage fan, but it made the character just more off. And the more you see of him in the movie, the more the movie wants to become kind of like a character piece for both Agent Lee Harker and for Longlegs. And Nick Cage brings it. There's one creepy scene in a supermarket, which has kind of been hinted at in the trailers. You've seen that. That's a really odd scene, and Cage plays it very well. And every time he is on screen, the movie just feels so off. And I really enjoy Burr Underwood. It's also very good as Agent Carter, who is the superior to the main character of the film. He's very good as well. That's it. The movie is such on the edge of your seat. Not that you're waiting for a big twist to happen, but the unraveling of the story is fascinating. And the setup is fantastic in the film, where you understand it's not, the movie does not spoon feed you particular things. I do think the movie in the third act goes for a big swing with a choice on how it explains things in the beginning of the third act. And I'm very split on it. At times it worked, at times it didn't. But overall, I found this movie to be very satisfying at the end of the third act. It's not the strongest act of the film, but I think what this movie does a really good job at, even though you might know what's about to happen or might understand what the character is about to do, you still don't want to see it happen, let's just say. You don't want something bad to happen. And even when it's predictable, sometimes in the movie it can be, for some reason, the movie just takes you on this journey and you just don't want to see particular things. It's not like a horror movie, as per se. It's more of a psychological serial killer thriller movie, more than an actual horror film. Yes, it's like maybe one or two jump scares, but the movie is more thrilling than scary. And I love these type of serial killer thrillers. Don't really get to see any of these type of genre movies anymore. But I think Longlegs absolutely delivers. I do wish I was a little bit more invested in the lead character and the decision of the beginning of the third act. And know what I'm talking about when you see the movie. It was not totally for me. It didn't pull me out of the movie, but they could have used a more creative tool to make me understand what was going on. But the direction, the production design, the score, the sound, the performances are so damn good in this movie. That's why I'm going to give Longlegs a 4.5 out of 5. I'm going to go 86% for Longlegs. What are your thoughts on this newest film from Neon? Let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you guys soon.